Welcome to AT Math Academy. Topic for today is functions. So today in my video I'm going to show you how to find the domain of another function, which is f of x is equal to square root of 2 minus x. In my earlier videos I have shown you two different functions and this is my third function. So for finding the domain values of this function, say suppose f of x for x equal to 1. For x equal to 1, the function would be square root of 2 minus 1, which is square root of 1, which is 1. And if we want to find out the value for 2, that would be 2 minus 2, and we get the value as 0. So say suppose we wanted to find out the value of x as a different value, which is, let's say 2 minus x is less than 0, because if it is less than 0, the square root would be the sign of negative number. Say it is minus 1, then that would be indicated as minus I. So it would go to the imaginary values. So let's write it down. The range would be imaginary values. The range is nothing but the output values which we are getting. So 0, 1 and minus I are called the range. So for 2 minus x, if the value that is under the square root, if it is less than 0, then only we are going to get the imaginary values. The values can be less square root of minus 2, square root of all negative numbers, which means all less than 0 values, which is when minus x goes to the opposite side of the equation, then the less than sign changes to greater than and x. So this is x is greater than 2. So for all values of x, the domain would be, domain is all values of x, all x values, and x values should be only less than or equal to 2. So if you take the values as greater than 2, then that would be square root of 2 minus x is the function values. So if it is not less than or equal to 2, say it is x value is 3, which is greater than x. 2 minus 3, we are going to get the negative 1, which is I value. So for the function values, whenever we are taking x values as greater than 2, we are going to get the imaginary values. Hence for all the other values, whichever value is less than or equal to 2, this function value will be having a good range value, which is not imaginary. Hence the domain of this function is all x values which are less than or equal to 2. When it is equal to 2, the function is getting the value of 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. When it is still less than 2, it is getting the value of 2 minus 1, which is 1. So these are acceptable range values, and imaginary value is nothing but not defined that much. So hence this is how you solve the domain value of the function, and the domain of this function is all values of x, but we are not just taking the values that are less than and equal to 2. Hope you all liked my video, and please subscribe to AT Math Academy. And this is a total glimpse of the problem here, and thank you for taking time to watch it and enjoy doing math at AT. Thank you.